Okay, let's work on perspective. First off, let's notice that at the beginning of this, right after the backward C looking thing and the two hashtags, those are sharps, we have 2 4. That top two means that we have two beats in every measure. The measure are these little boxes. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the top line. That's how we count those rests. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Call me fool. So, and pay attention to the notes that are played because the second one will be the one that you start on. The first is A, then C sharp. Let's go down. Blum, 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 blum. The second note, that one, that is your starting note. Call me fool, call me fool, that's alright with me, here's my rule. So looking at your part, call me fool. Look at call me. Those are quarter notes. Quarter notes get one beat. So 1, 2, call me fool. Second note is a half note. Gets 2 beats. Call me fool. Now we've got 2 pairs of eighth notes. An eighth note gets half of a beat. 1 and 2 and. That's all right with. And then me is another half note. You're only going to see mainly quarter notes, half notes, and eighth notes, and then just a couple things that we can add on to them to make her longer or shorter. So let's work with this. First note is C sharp. Call me fool. And I've got to sing it lower for you too. Call me fool. That's all right with me. Here's my rule. And remember, it so far it's gone back up to that top note. Call me fool. That's all right with me. Here's my rule. Now, this note that we stopped on in rule, that is the first note that you're going to sing for never disagree. Call me fool, that's all right with me. Here's my rule, never disagree. Okay, so the next part is the same thing as the first thing that you just sang, except different words. Here, where's my pride, swallowed long ago, deep inside, where it doesn't show. Same thing. Now, we ended that last note is an F sharp. Our next note is A. So that was what we ended on. It goes bowing, scraping, nodding, beaming, always humble, not an ounce of self-respect. My keyboard doesn't go that far down, so I'll do it up here too. Let's try that again at 21. That's bowing, scraping, nodding, beaming, always humble, not an ounce of self-respect. Yes, sir. Same thing, just as what we did at 21. Just different words. Yes, sir, you're so right, sir. Black is white, sir. Excuse me while I genuflect. If you need to sing it down here, that's fine. If you can sing it up here, that might be better. 37. Just like we just sang, excuse me while I genuflect. La 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 la. That is where we're starting for this next part, 37. How do I remain so calm and cheerful? How do I retain my peace of mind? Let me just explain my rationale. It's all in your perspective. And then we have a couple lines there. That means everything's cutting off for just a moment of silence. Because you're about to say something really important. And now, look at that. Our top number has changed. It's no longer 2. It is now 4. That means there are now 4 beats in every measure. The first thing we have is 2 eighth notes. And then there's a curly line that connects to a half note that has a dot after it. So let's talk about that. 2 eighth notes. Listen. Listen to an old Hungarian philosophy. So, the rhythm, or how these notes are held. Listen. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. When that little curly line is connecting that eighth note to the dotted half note. That dot after the half note is adding half of the half note's value. I have a video to show you for rhythms if you don't get it. But I think you sang this correctly. It's just listen, listen, and those 2 pitches. Listen, listen to an old Hungarian philosophy. And then we get to this strange part, and we call it a cadenza. A cadenza is a part of a song where the soloist takes creative liberty and license to... I play trumpet, and that's a big deal at the end of a song. And then we end it. So that's kind of what we're doing here. But because we're playing it with a track, we have to fit it in a certain amount of time. So if we can make these rhythms happen, kind of like we're rapping, that might make it a little easier. All right. So for this next part, we've had eighth notes. Now with the double beams, these are 16th notes. Those get a quarter of a beat. 1 E and this is occurring on the 4th beat. I'm pointing at it like you know what I'm pointing at, but at the end of the first line after those 2 call them railroad tracks. I think it's called an appositora. I'm not sure. I haven't thought of it in a long time. But at the end of there are 4 16th notes. So we would say 4 E and da. That's how we count 16th notes. So I am only 1 half notes. This is very slow. 1 of several in a rather small perfumery, which is only 1 of several in this city, which is 1 of many cities in this country, which which is only one of many countries which are on this continent, which is only one of 7 on this not so special planet. Can you see how the faster notes have more beams? Which are on this continent, which is only one of 7 on this not so special planet. Okay, next part, 65. Slows down here. These are eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and up to 30-second notes. You know, right now I don't remember how to count. I don't think I've had to count 30-second notes. So, and then it gets to 64th notes. That's just inconceivable. So, all right, let's check this out. Which is one of many in our solar system, which is only one of many in the systems in this vast and inconceivable affair that is the universe. You hear that? It's my cat. So, in this infinite, incomprehensible scheme of a dot called Marichek should scream at a speck called Cebos. What on earth does it matter? So the timing of that will be what we want. And we can work on that. So thank you for dealing with me. I'm trying to figure out a new setup for this kind of thing. All right. So we're back to the beginning part again. Call me fool, that's all right with me. Here's my rule, never disagree. Here's my pride, swallowed long ago, deep inside, where it doesn't show. And this is slow to hurry. We're slowly picking up the pace as we go. 92. Just maintain a true perspective, and it's easy to avoid a clash of wills. Just maintain a true perspective, and make sure you're well supplied with stomach pills. This is just like the other part after the first part that we did in the very beginning of the piece. Let me put it bluntly, I'm a coward with a wife and children to support. Actually, my creed is short and simple. 5 essential words, George. Do not lose your job. All right. So that's the end of that. I forgot to mention at 76, we are back to 2/4, so everything is back to 1 2 1 2 1 2 and 1 2. Right above that, we have a C looking thing. It kind of looks like that bass clef, which is that other backwards looking C thing. But this C has a little line through it. That means cut time. And that's kind of like 4/4, 1 2 3 4, except we do it twice as fast. And so it's really 2 2. 2 beats in a measure. And the bottom number means what kind of note gets a beat. And so that would be a half note. So The half note would be 1, 2, 1, 2. So don't worry about cut time. Try and get these pitches, the words obviously. We will get the timing, and we can get the timing with the track, and you can practice that once you've got a good handle on how this piece goes. So there's a little bit of something for you. Think of something else that we can plunk out to.